All right, welcome in. It's a brand new edition of the RSL Show. I'm Alex Napoles. That's Josh Clark. He's Carson Lantz. Guys, we're back. It feels like we haven't been able to sit down and talk soccer in what feels like almost a month. How's everybody doing?
Dude, not gonna lie, I kind of like forgot the season was still going and was like, oh yeah, we got eliminated for like just a week there, like week 2. I was like, oh wait, why aren't we playing? And then I was like, did we get it? Whatever. I mean, I didn't really think that, but that's how I felt. But yeah, it feels like it's been an absolute eternity, and since we've watched Real Salt Lake take the field.
Carson?
I felt like I woke up from a big hibernation from MLS. I was like, I didn't even know there was a game going on last weekend until someone was like, Alex texted me, hey, you guys excited for the game? And I'm like, oh, there's a game going on?
Yeah, was it like
awesome.
Columbus match? I was like, I'm distracted by other cool sports. That
I didn't even know the league was still going on. My bad.
To be honest, if RSL wasn't here, would you watch MLS?
Oh man, that's a great question. And you know, the way I look at it is it depends on if I was still working and doing what I do for work, right?
Right.
Because of what I do for work, I have to be tapped into just about everything that goes on in the market. And that usually takes away from me being able to sit down and watch Major League Soccer. So probably if Real Salt Lake wasn't here, I think most of my attention would be with the other sports.
Ditto. I think I definitely wouldn't pay for Apple TV.
Right.
So I would basically only catch stuff on national TV when I was available, really.
Yeah, right. Soccer's still my love. It's my first love, and it's always going to be, you know, the sport that I want to watch and see the most and probably have the most understanding of. But if Real Salt Lake wasn't in market and we'd have, you know, the BYU stuff happening, the Utah stuff happening, now hockey's about to start up again, right? You got
I'm watching
Jazz.
That over Colorado versus freaking
right. No,
Cincinnati.
I agree. I think
you know what I mean?
I agree with you 100%. I'm right there with you.
Carson?
I'm excited for hockey to actually start up too, but
I'm so excited.
I don't honestly. I'd probably watch more USL if Real Salt Lake wasn't around. I'd probably because I like Detroit City FC, and so I'd probably try to keep up more with that than Real Salt Lake because I feel like I want to have another team. Because even when I lived in Michigan, yeah,
same. I've been watching Indy 11 to support, you know, Jack.
Yeah.
And like have something to get behind, but I don't think I would find myself, you know, choosing another MLS team and being a diehard for them. Yeah.
Literally this past weekend, man, on Saturday, I had on the big screen, on the big TV, like the main living room TV, we had the Utah game on when they were taking on Wyoming. I had Real Salt Lake on my laptop on MLS Season Pass, and then we had another laptop set up with like a college football multi-view. And so we were
same thing going on here.
All types of sports stimulus happening on Saturday.
Yeah, same here. But RSL was on my big TV.
See,
yeah. Dude, I had on my setup right here. I got my monitor. I got a monitor right here. I got like a small TV right here, and I have a bigger TV up here. I had UFC up here, RSL going on right here, and then I forgot what I had going on my monitor. But then, like after the UFC, I watched like the Crawford Canelo fight as well. Right. So like I had every type of sport going on Saturday.
Sounds like a wonderful evening. It was a wonderful evening.
It was. You know why? Because Real Salt Lake got 3 points. At the end of the day, Real Salt Lake gets 3 points. I'm sure your other favorite teams in the market have won to some extent, right? Utah going Laramie, big win. But, you know, it's funner when teams are winning. It's greater when teams are winning. But, guys, the reality is at the end of the month, or a month from today, the season will be over.
Doom and gloom, huh?
And we'll be into playoffs. And Real Salt Lake may or may not make it to that point of the season. And if they don't, a month from today, we'll be done. We won't be able to sit down and have these chats because it'll be the off season.
Yeah, but we'll have our favorite keep, cut, sell.
Hey,
everyone's favorite time of year. And we'll know the fate of Pablo Mastroeni.
That's true. That's a big lingering question heading into this offseason. Josh referring to there, Pablo Mastroeni. from what we've been able to gather from sources within the club and around the club, it is Pablo Mastroeni's contract year this season. So maybe additional pressure for Real Salt Lake to make it even into just that play-in game for Major League Soccer playoffs. We'll see, guys. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, big 3 points leading into it, but the schedule is going to turn into a meat grinder. Sorry to cut you off, Carson. Go ahead.
You're all good. I just think it's crazy how fast the offseason has approached, because I feel like we just signed Ruan Cruz and Victor.
Right.
And we're like, oh, like they're going to save our season. But it's like literally last game versus Sporting, if we would have lost, we would have been cooked.
I think it's just the extended breaks that give us like a distorted reality of what the season really is. Because even when Cruz and Olatunji were signed, there were still 8 games or 9 games left, however many it was at that point. But now you have this extended break, and it's like, oh crap, we're back, and the season's over in a month. There's 6 games left. You have to knock those out and see where you're at when the dust kind of settles. Right now, you're currently on the outside looking in, just 1 point behind of San Jose for that final play-in spot. But the reality is, I think Real Salt Lake have one of the toughest schedules to end off the season, because you have the game in hand against LAFC, then you go to LAFC, then you play Austin at home, you have Colorado at home, which won't be an easy game. Then you go to Seattle, then you go to St. Louis to end off the season. It's a pretty tough schedule.
There's really only 3 we should take those. Not even 3. There's 3 we should take those points. I was going to say 3 games. But there's really only 3 points on the table that are like, well, I'm looking at going, we could get those, right?
Is that St. Louis?
Yeah.
That'll be tough.
I know it'll be tough, but that's the easiest of all those games.
No, well, I mean, like, it'll be tough because like that's the final game of the season, and right. I don't really see a spot where Real Salt Lake, where I feel confident that it's like a guaranteed win. I mean, given nothing's ever a guaranteed win, right? You still have to go out, you still have to go play the game. But I mean, right now there's so much buzz around LAFC, and we'll get into LAFC here in a minute with all the moves that they made this offseason, right? Heung-min Son coming in. There's a lot of buzz, a lot of momentum happening right now for LAFC. Austin is still a team that I think, even now at this point of the season, I don't think Austin really know who Austin is, but they've been good at home, right? And you're going to, Austin's coming here, so that might work out in your favor. But the Colorado rivalry, right? When's the last time Real Salt Lake confidently beat Colorado? It feels like it's been forever. And then, of course, Seattle, who's one of the better teams right now in Major League Soccer. You have to go up there to Seattle to play that game.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not saying we're going to get those 2 points. I'm just saying they're at the moment. Look from this point in the season, looking on.
Yeah,
those are the most attainable points.
Yes,
and it's only 3.
And it's only 3, and it's, like I said, it's the final game of the season. By that point, right, if you're not knocking off results, if you're not getting good results, we're
done.
You might be eliminated by that point, right?
There's a solid chance we could be.
Yeah. With the way things are going, though, and the way the season's kind of shaped out, I don't know if Real Salt Lake will be eliminated by that point. I think the wheels have to completely fall off before then.
Yeah, but I mean, with the strength of schedule we have left...
Right. That's the tough part.
The wheels could absolutely fall off. There's no guarantees in any of those games.
I'm looking at that schedule right now. We play LAFC back to back.
Yep.
And then we still have Colorado and Seattle, and Seattle's away.
Yep.
Colorado has our number.
I think the two games that I think you have the best chance of getting 3 is Austin and St. Louis.
Yeah.
We gotta at least get points from one of those LAFC games, though. Like, that's got to be standard. Is probably get points tomorrow. If we don't get anything other than a point tomorrow, then that's going to be a disappointing result.
So looking at the table real quick and looking at just what's happening around Real Salt Lake, in 6th place you have the Portland Timbers, who are sitting at 42. 5th place LAFC with 44. 7th place Austin with 41. 8th Colorado with 39. San Jose in 9th with 35. And of course Real Salt Lake in 10th with 34. Tied right now with FC Dallas, who are sitting in 11th with 34. Houston, who have 33 points, And then you kind of get a little bit of a gap between 12 and 13. That's SKC, who will sit there with 27 points. First of all, the congestion and the crowding around Real Salt Lake is scary because, again, if Real Salt Lake don't get the results they need, FC Dallas, Houston are right there. They can jump Real Salt Lake easily, right? San Jose only a point ahead. Colorado is one of the teams you will play. Austin, one of the teams that you will play. They are ahead of you. You have to win those games.
You have to.
You can't afford to slip up on those games. They are direct rivals that are ahead of you on the table. You cannot lose those points. It's going to be tough. Real Salt Lake schedule is on paper theoretically difficult, right, to end the season, but then you look at a schedule like San Jose. They'll take on St. Louis, they'll take on San Diego, they'll take on Vancouver, they'll take on Austin. So there's probably some losses in there for San Jose too that can benefit Real Salt Lake. Plus, they're just coming off a 2-4 loss to LAFC, which again helps out Real Salt Lake. So it's silly season, guys. Not transfer-wise silly season, but it's silly season in you got to pick up some points because the table's going to look very different a month from today.
100%. And it sucks. Like, this is the time of year we want to be sitting fairly comfortably, and we're not.
This is the time of year where you want to be sitting in second, third, or fourth, fighting for a home playoff spot.
Exactly. Not worrying about playoffs, slipping out of your grasp and just barely sneaking in.
Right now, you're fighting for salvation, not just playoffs.
I mean, maybe we hit form and we go undefeated the rest of the year. Would that be cool? Absolutely.
That would be
I
best
don't
case
see it
scenario.
happening.
Best case
Don't see it
scenario.
happening.
We have the team for it. They just need to pull their heads out. You know what I'm saying? We need Yedlin's going to be back from suspension.
Right.
So we need
Forgot about him.
Yedlin needs to lock in. Our whole back line, honestly, needs to lock in. If our back line does not, then I'm not going to be very confident because that's the one thing we've been lacking all year consistently is a back line not being consistent. Glad and Vera have been very, especially Glad. Glad has been very, very bad this year. I feel like compared to last season though, like he was an all-star last season and the fall off has like actually been pretty bad. In terms of what,
you know who has been consistent though?
Junqua.
Rafa Cabral. Come on, man. Rafa Cabral.
An extension.
I don't even mention Rafa because like I just expect him to be good. You know what I'm saying?
I bring it up because Josh, you hit it right on the head. He earns an extension. Only had the year on his initial contract. Now gets the extension. Gets added on for 2 years. It's quite possible that Rafa retires with Real Salt Lake, man.
I love seeing a little bit of stability there, right? Only having him for a year wouldn't have done us any good.
Yeah, expect a Junqua extension coming next.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I could see
it.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
He's been a great rotation player with Catranis this season. I still think Catranis is your better option at left back. I still think Catranis is your starter at left back. But man, Junca has been a phenomenal player to come in and rotate with Catranis.
And honestly, rotating in at center back.
Yeah, that too. Let's jump into this SKC game. Real Salt Lake taking on Sporting Kansas City at home. First game back after the extended break. Starting in goal, of course, Rafa Cabral. At the right back, filling in for Yedlin is Noel Caliscan, Justin Glad, Brian Vera, Alex Catranis back into the starting lineup. Remember, he was not starting prior to the break. It was Sam Junca who was getting the starts at left back. Xavier Gozo, Emeka Anelli, Brian Ojeda, Diego Luna, and then up top, your two strikers, Victor Olatunji, and then Ruan Cruz, who gets the start. Probably your best lineup.
Absolutely is.
To finish the season.
Absolutely is. And I think I texted you guys, during the game.
Well,
but
actually, correction. I think the one change I would make is, of course, Yedlin. But
yes.
For
what
obvious,
was available.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. Yeah, go ahead.
I loved that our DP wasn't in the starting lineup, and I didn't even think about it or notice it until he came on.
That's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
That's a problem.
But I also love that that's just where we're at, right?
Right.
And I love that he didn't start just to start.
Yeah, you can't take out Luna. You can't take out Gozo. Diogo hasn't been good enough to start over either of those guys. So,
Yeah, not with the way that Gozo and Luna are performing.
but Luna's first goal contribution since like May for
Yes,
RSL. So
yes.
that's a good look for going into the end of the season. So we need him to get going.
Him and honestly Gozo, but also, I mean, at the end of the day, you do get Gozo creating that first goal. I don't know if he got credited 100% for the assist, but he does get the assist on the second goal, and that's exactly what you want from your 18-year-old.
Yeah, that was a. It looked like it was originally Caliscan was trying to play Luna in, and then ball got tipped away, and then Ruan Cruz came down and kind of put pressured on, and the ball ended up just falling to Emeka's feet, and Emeka just saw Gozo already running, and Emeka lobbed it over, and Gozo played a good ball into the box.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I love about Gozo is just the awareness to when to start the run and when to start getting in behind the defense. One, to avoid the offside, and two, to beat the defender with your speed. How many times did we see it against the Red Bulls, right? In that game against New York Red Bulls, where he was just torching that entire left side for the New York Red Bulls because they couldn't keep up with Gozo's speed.
The more and more I watch Gozo, he reminds me a lot of Timothy Weah. He just abuses back lines with his pace. You know,
That's a good, that's a
sometimes
good
he might not
comparison.
sometimes he doesn't look like the flashiest player on the field, but defenses know he's gonna torture them all night, all day with his pace.
I just love me some Gozo, dude. I mean, I love seeing a homegrown just do what he's doing.
Oh
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
I think that's the best part about it is the fact that he is from Utah. Not just a homegrown, but he's actually legitimately from Utah and making a name for himself, man. Great to see. Awesome to see. Uh, First half for Real Salt Lake, I thought they were pretty decent. I think when you have a long break the way that you did coming into this game, there's concerns and there's thoughts from in the back of your head thinking, oh, maybe they're going to come out flat, maybe they're not going to look so great, having not played a game in so long. But honestly, I didn't see that this time from Real Salt Lake. I thought I saw a pretty good team that created a couple good opportunities in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like SKC really had a chance in that first half.
Yeah.
Obviously, that changes in the second half, but the first half overall was really good. I did feel like we had a lot of individual errors, right? The fouls continued, but it was nothing in detrimental places, which was nice.
Yeah.
My only real dig. I mean, I feel like we did create chances. Obviously, we had a goal, but the whole attack sequence just feels so planned. It's dry. Like it doesn't feel like that creativity is there right now. It's like straight down the wing, cross the ball in, blah blah blah. I don't know. It just gets kind of boring.
I wonder how much that's changed too when you have two guys who can be target men inside the box, right? You didn't necessarily have that earlier in the season, but now you do.
Stop us from using it though. You know what I mean?
Right, but I feel like it's a little bit more apparent now, right?
No, it is. And I'm fine with some scripted attacks per se, but you got to change it up, man.
Yeah.
You got to go up the middle sometimes. I mean, that's just got to be different. I don't know. It looks like it's really easy for defenses to figure out what we're going to do because it's always the same.
Yeah, I think it's really hard because we obviously had that formation change, and then we brought in two new strikers, and so I do agree with Josh though, like we do need to switch it up here and there, and with how we play, because we play really direct wide, and we never get in the middle, and I feel like a guy like Luna can thrive wide, but I feel like he's even better when he's in tighter spaces in the middle in creating, and so I feel like in the attack we should be taking advantage of that more instead of being so bland and seeing the same stuff every time. Seeing the same stuff we saw like 2 years ago, when we were doing the 4-2-2-2, when Musovski was here. like all of that. That feels like forever ago, but it really was like a year ago. But it just feels like the same brand of soccer, but I don't see us getting anywhere
Yeah.
with doing the same thing every game. Like you got to switch up your game plan every so game against which team you're playing, you know? Like the way we played against KC, that's not going to work against a team like Cincinnati, LAFC, Miami. You know, you got to play probably a little bit more rough, a little bit more aggressive, and get more creative because they're just going to read you every time. And that's why you can't play bland like that.
You know what I did like, though, in that first half? The build-up on the opening goal for Diego Luna.
Oh, yeah.
It starts from a goal kick. And Cabral goes short to Glad. Glad goes short to Anelli. Anelli plays it back to Glad. Glad goes out wide to Caliscan. Caliscan boots it up to Gozo. Or, no, sorry, that's Cruz. That's Cruz who came in and settled it back to Anelli. Anelli plays it over the top to Gozo. Gozo then crosses it into the box. Olatunji has the little flick off the back heel to get it to Luna, and then Luna finds the back of the net. Incredible way to come out off a goal kick, get up quick, and put the ball in the back of the net.
My one thing I could say is it's really disappointing to see that it's taken to this point in the season to finally see some creative play and build up like that. I feel like we've been struggling to get something going like that all season, but it's nice it's finally happening. But I wish that would have been the case maybe when we were in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, look who we were relying on to be creative, though. We saw two of them in the second half, and we'll get there. So
yeah.
The other thing I really enjoyed, and we saw flashes of, was Cruz's individual skill.
Oh man, how great is Ruan Cruz?
I can't wait till he scores a goal.
I know. I think that's the only thing he's missing at this point, right? We got one from Olatunji, and we see how great Victor is at dropping back and helping too with the defensive efforts. You love to see that from your striker.
Big fan.
And of course you get the goal, makes you feel better, right? Ruan Cruz, I feel like he's done everything well up to this point, except find the back of the net. That's the only thing he's missing.
Yep, it'll come.
Yes.
Which is what we need, is him to score goals.
Right.
Other than that, he looks good. I can't complain about the guy. So,
right out of the gates in that second half, another ball played into the box. I want to say it was Gozo again who was crossing it in. Or no, excuse me. This is the Cruz who crosses it in to find Gozo. And then Gozo gets up on the defender. I think he might have used a little bit too much hands there. Maybe could have been a foul. But regardless, gets a header on it, and then Kempin, who just makes a phenomenal save.
Hey, Gozo got up on that one, though. I don't care if he was using his hands. He got up there.
He did, but we'd probably be having a separate angry conversation
about the officiating.
About the officiating, had that gone in, I could see it getting called back.
We had too many of those this season.
Yeah, I don't need it anymore. I feel like there's been more goals than there's been more controversial ref decisions than there's been goals this season. So I don't need any more than those, you know.
Another attack for Real Salt Lake that starts with Rafa Cabral, who plays it up the middle to Anelli. Anelli then finds Cruz. Cruz, with a quick turn, has all the time and space in the world. Settles it to Gozo. Gozo then recognizes Catranis all by himself at the far post, and then Catranis brings it down, settles it, and then uses his left foot to put it in the back of the net in that second half. Real Salt Lake up 2-0. How great, how amazing is it to see Alex Catranis back on the score sheet?
So great. He needed it. We needed it.
You see a celebration?
Yeah. That's become a... No, I feel like that's just a nod and a reference to that Philadelphia goal, right? Where it's kind of become his thing.
Hey, I respect it. It's cold, so hey, just keep doing it. As long as it... I'm just because whenever I see something like that, I'm like, okay, like
What's
right.
going on behind the scenes?
yeah.
Right. I think more so that's just a nod back to the goal he scored against Philly and the celebration they did against Philly. And
I feel like Alex is just being positive here, though. He doesn't want to.
It's just become his thing, right? Anytime that you see him on, anytime you see him on social media, he's always using the emoji, right? Ever since ever since that Philly game, it's just been Alex Catranis. I don't know if I attribute that to anything happening behind the scenes. I don't know if I attribute that to him shushing his own crowd, but I think that's just more of this is my celebration now because of that goal.
Hope so.
Yeah, I respect it.
Right. And then the wheels start to fall off just a little bit, right, Josh?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I think first it starts with the substitutions made by Sporting Kansas City, first off.
Yes.
Good adjustments because, one, Eric Tommy, anytime he comes in, he is a thorn in Real Lake's side. Eric Tommy is a really great player. One of my, if I had to pick a guy that I can tolerate and like from Sporting Kansas City, it's Eric Tommy because he's good on the ball. And he comes in and he kind of changes the dynamic of the game. The adjustments made by Kansas City, whoever their interim coach is, good on them because I think it caught Real Salt Lake.
It totally did. We looked completely disjointed almost immediately after those subs came on.
Yeah. And almost immediately after those subs came on, you get a ball played in behind, a cross into the box. Vera gets a foot on it, and unfortunately, it ends up in the back of the net.
Bro, what is up with us this year? An own goal, man. Specifically Vera. My God.
Yeah.
You guys want to know my reaction to that goal?
What is
I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. I got a foot mob notification, and it said originally it said that our backup goalkeeper Mason Staj Duhar scored an own goal, and I'm like, there's no way Cabral got benched because I was like, I swear Cabral's been in goal all game, and I'm like, now I'm tripping, and then they corrected it to Vera, but I was just like. I'm like, I just imagined. I was like, what in the world's going on at this game?
Listen, there has been a game where I thought an entirely different keeper was in the entire time. Alex would remember this.
Oh, man. What game was it?
I don't remember, but it was probably the 65th minute when I was like, wait, he's playing?
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that. I just cannot remember who it was.
It was McMath. I don't remember what game it was, but
yeah,
I was like shocked McMath was back in for some reason. It was years ago.
McMath's still not back from injury. He was supposed to be back in like August. He's still out.
I think
he doesn't need to come back. I think he's probably perfectly fine.
I think
he's just getting a paycheck.
Personally, I think Zach McMath has already played his last game with RSL.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
And Cabral's got an extension, unless McMath come back as a backup keeper, but I don't think he.
No, I doubt it.
I doubt it. I doubt it
most
that much.
No,
salary cap wise for a backup keeper.
Yeah, no. I doubt it mostly because it wouldn't make sense to have traded for Stuyduhar this last offseason.
Yeah.
If there were
draft 4 goalkeepers or however.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunate on the own goal, and I think unfortunate that Ross Lake struggled to make adjustments in this one again. It's something that we talked about in the past. I think even the last show is something that we covered heavily. Is the lack of adjustments from Real Salt Lake. Even in this one, I mean, there's adjustments made, but the subs didn't necessarily play their part.
They came on right before or right after the goal. Remind me.
Right after the goal. Right. Own goal in the 71st. Substitutions made in the 72nd. You get Tyler Wolf in for Gozo, Junka in for Catranis, and then Agata who comes in for Ruan Cruz.
I saw them getting ready on the sideline right before the goal. And my immediate thought was, oh boy, I hope he changed his substitution pattern here.
Yeah.
He didn't.
No.
And boy, did we look bad the rest of the game.
Stuck with it.
Stuck with it.
I think, when you're in a situation like that, when you already have these substitutes ready to roll and ready to go, the plan should change to the situation in the game, right?
100%. You're the manager. You go, hold on. I mean, how many? You see it in every other league, every other team. They
Right.
pull the sub back and they rethink it.
Right.
There was no rethink here.
No. It seemed like, one of the things that I think that has been a common theme for Pablo Mastroeni in the Pablo Mastroeni era has been we have substitutes that we already before the game have in mind, have planned, and we're going to stick to them for some weird, odd reason. I mean, it makes sense, right? There's a midweek game, then you have to play again on Saturday. But at the same time, there needs to be situational awareness of what's happening in the game.
Right. Maybe let's not shake up the entire lineup right now after we've just been scored on and they're going to have the momentum.
Right.
Maybe make one of the changes and rethink the other two.
Right. I almost promise and I almost guarantee you that Tyler Wolff, Junka, and Agata, that triple sub, it was already something that the coaching staff had planned prior to the game.
Well, Wolff was getting an appearance because he got the most belts during the last couple of weeks from training or something.
Right.
What the hell are we doing?
Even more so kind of proves my theory and my point of
exactly.
This was a premeditated sub. This was a sub that Pablo Mastroeni thought about halfway through the week and was like, we're going to stick with it because there's a game on Wednesday.
Right. And obviously our depth is not ready for the amount of games we have, which is another reason of concern. But imagine not getting an appearance in months and then getting your little gold star at training and saying, okay, now you get to play. You know what I mean? What is going on?
I'd rather see I wish I would rather have seen Piol and Russell come in over Tyler Wolff and Agata.
All day long.
Yeah.
The last time Tyler Wolff played in a game for Real Salt Lake was May 17th against Colorado in that loss on the road. I had a couple of Monarchs appearances here and there, including 2 assists and 2 goals against Portland Timbers 2 back in May.
How about if we're going to be this low on depth that isn't cutting the mustard per se, how about we just play some Monarchs, man? Yeah. Let some of them get some time.
Yeah.
Wolff clearly isn't in our long-term plans. Clearly.
No.
Nor should he be.
If he was, he would have played a lot more than he has.
Right. Let's find another Gozo.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them.
It can't be much worse. Yeah. Your quality drop-off isn't going to be that big, honestly.
Yeah.
So
it is kind of shocking that, a guy like Agata, a guy like Wolff, who have been in this league forever, and you see that much of a drop off in play when they sub in.
Wolff ain't it, bro.
It just means more so in the sense he has experience. He knows what this league's about. He knows what it takes, I guess, to be in Major League Soccer. But there's a significant drop-off when those substitutions were made.
How valuable is what it's like to be in Major League Soccer versus what the performance actually is on the field? How valuable is that? It's not like we don't have guys on the field that know what it's like to be in Major League Soccer. Yeah. Glad's perfectly fine. Vera's perfectly fine. Cotranis is perfectly fine. Ojeda's perfectly fine. Emeka is perfectly fine at this point in his career, right? 2 years in. Luna's perfectly fine. Gozo's adjusted. How valuable is that to bring in experience over inexperience in those games?
It's very, very valuable to bring in experience over inexperience.
Because
he was, but compare him to Johnny Russell at this point.
Sure, yeah, that's a great point. Great point.
Right, Johnny Russell has the experience, but he's also putting in performances.
Yeah.
And this is where that disconnect for me is. Where's the value for Agata? It's just experience, but he's not doing anything for us.
Yeah. I think in this case, summon Russell instead of Wolff, man.
Right, but then it's like what I feel like happened is, okay, we can't get Wolf on the field on Wednesday, so Johnny Russ will be
Gotta
that guy.
save Johnny's legs.
Right, because, to be fair to SKC, they're not a tough opponent.
Yeah.
So you're going to risk playing Wolf against SKC versus some of these other matches we have coming up.
Yeah, no,
I still don't like it. I would have rather seen Diogo come in.
He did come in.
I know, but in that moment for that player.
Yeah. Diogo does come in, subs in for Diego Luna in the 79th minute, a couple minutes later. But again, I don't think there's really much that stands out from Diogo Gonçalves' performance.
No, we essentially went down to 9 men.
Yeah.
And I would say 3, but that's being too generous, right?
Yeah. I did like what I saw from Junka coming in. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but I'm not complaining about that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The drop off, there's no real drop off. It's a little bit of a different style, but you're not hurting the team switching those two out per se.
I just think the performance from Real Salt Lake prior to the 63rd minute is leaps and bounds better than it was to end the game, which is you want to end the game strong, especially when you're holding on to a 2-1 lead at home. You don't want to drop off the way that you did at home. At all.
And it's not like we went defensive and parked the bus.
No.
That's the scary part, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Because the players going forward were not creative enough at all to do anything.
There was no more creative outlet.
Nothing.
I think that's a great way to summarize it.
Yeah.
There was no creative outlet. There was no way to push the ball forward. And honestly, I think the defenseman's adjustments to what Sporting Kansas City were throwing at you were not good either.
No, we essentially parked the bus without parking the bus.
Yeah.
We did it in a dumber way.
Well, I mean, parking the bus in the other way doesn't work out for us either. So.
No, but at least that's the plan and the personnel are out there for it.
Right.
You're essentially playing down a man or two, doing it the way we did it.
Would you say that the performance you saw on Saturday for Real Salt Lake against Sporting Kansas City, would you say that performance was at least better than what it was prior to the break, or would you say that there was a drop-off from
I would say up to the 60th minute, same, right? It's a weak opponent. We should have been up more, in my opinion.
Yeah.
After the subs were made and that own goal, I think it was on par with the rest of our season woes. I mean, it was no different, right? But those are the same guys that have been out there early on this year when we were struggling, so it's no surprise.
Versus the newer signings like a Nola Tunji or a Ruan Cruz who were in the game before that.
Right, and we were playing well, right? Yeah. And Diogo wasn't on the field.
Yeah.
At this point, he's officially a bust, right?
Yeah, no, at this point, I don't think that there's really a way that he should be on the roster past the winter.
I don't think they have to move on from him.
He's okay, right? It might be a little bit early to say this, but at this point, right, Gozo's taken that spot.
100%. You've lost your spot to an 18-year-old from Eagle Mountain.
There's no reason for you to have DP money tied up to somebody who's not playing.
No. And not contributing.
Yeah.
You lost your starting spot to a kid from Eagle Mountain. Words no one thought they would ever say.
No. Your DP lost his spot to a kid from Eagle Mountain.
From Portugal. Your DP from Portugal.
That's been playing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's no way that...
Unless he carries us from here on through lifting an MLS Cup trophy.
Right.
He's a bust.
Which is why I said it might be a little bit early, but I don't, nothing in the past and nothing in the past year that he's, been here really provides the confidence that that's going to change over the course of the next 6 games.
No, it'd have to be a real Cinderella story.
Right. Ross Lake wins 2-1 at home against Sporting Kansas City in a must-win.
And just not convincing, man.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest concern is the fact that now you're heading into a really, really tough portion of your schedule where essentially every game from here on out is a must-win situation, right? You cannot afford to lose or drop points. But yet you beat one of the weaker teams in the Western Conference.
Barely.
But you didn't look convincing doing it, right?
And with the congestion, we're going to see Willie Agata starting a game.
Yeah.
That gives me no confidence. We're going to see Ari Peel starting a game. That gives me no confidence.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in Diogo. If Ruiz isn't healthy, we're probably going to see Caliscan back in the midfield, and we all know how I feel about that.
Did not go well last time.
I mean, man, the depth is suddenly looking really scary.
Which is crazy because that's something that we didn't say at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but that's because, again, the drop-off, right?
Yeah.
The drop-off is huge.
Right.
From what we have now starting to what's on the bench, that's a scary drop.
And see, I think, trying to spin it positively and trying to think of it in a positive way, I think that now looking at next season, though, you do have pieces and you do have guys set up in the right place to succeed.
Yes.
Now you just need to backfill the rest of that roster.
Yeah, and I think
with
a lot of
depth.
it's squad player depth.
Right. But you may or may not have a DP spot to play with this offseason.
We better.
And maybe two, depending on what happens with Ruan Cruz.
Right, and we could potentially lose Gozo and Diego Luna. So it could be a full-on rebuild. We could have a new coaching staff next year.
It's too early to start. It's too early to get into these hypotheticals.
We would only be so lucky. How about that?
Too early to get into these hypotheticals.
I don't think it is.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, even if we do make the playoffs and whatnot, those options are still on the table.
Oh, so at this
Minus
point,
the coach, right? If we make a run of the playoffs, Pablo's staying, and we're all going to be having the same conversation next year. But
right at this point, I guess you just kind of answered that question. But I was going to say, what is it going to take for you as a GM to re-sign Pablo Mastrani?
If I'm the GM under new ownership, it has to be MLS Cup or nothing.
Wow. See,
yeah.
Josh has a very high bar, though.
I do, but I'm also we have 5 years of this. Yeah. We know exactly what to expect.
Right? I think even making it and not even making it out of the let's say you make it, right? You make it into the play-in, right? I think even just not making it past the play-in should be deemed as a failure.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be enough to save Pablo to extend him, right?
I agree. We can't be living on a prayer all the time. Like, we need to be a good team.
Yes, this is definitely a conversation that we've had a million times before.
And I really hope it's not continued, right? This team needs some new life.
Yeah. Interesting situation that happened at America First Field this past weekend.
We also can't go a year without something weird happening, man.
No, you can't have a full season without one controversy happening, right?
We cannot.
No, that's just not the RSL way.
It's definitely not.
There was an individual who was asked to leave from the game on Saturday. That individual decided to then go on a tirade of slurs and racist comments on social media, directed at Real Salt, directed at the club, directed at players.
Also death threats.
And death threats to Kyle.
Yep, fellow podcaster,
a friend of the show. And I think that it's time for Real Salt to retract whatever statement they made.
Yeah, and I could be blind, but I don't believe it is up on Instagram anymore. But further than that, right, I'm highly disappointed in the club and ownership right now with the handling of this situation. They need to come out and straight up condemn bigotry, racism, hate speech, all that stuff right now.
Yeah, there's
right now they're showing me that they're fine with it, and I don't like that. Right, there's no reason for that to be allowed. And if I'm a player right now and the club doesn't do it, I don't want to be here. You're not going to protect me from fans that hate me, that want me
Deported,
hung up, right? Like, that just want to see like 11 Justin Glads out there. Terrible product that would be. Sorry, not trying to make light of the situation, but like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? I guarantee the players have been told to not make a comment, right? That bothers me.
Yeah.
Immensely.
Yeah.
This ownership needs to do something to, even if the Millers don't wholeheartedly believe in this statement, they need to put a statement out condemning racism and hate speech.
I think my whole thing is soccer is a sport where everyone is welcome, and no matter who you are, what religion you are, where you come from. And I just don't think that hat that guy was wearing represents that, where they welcome everyone of all race, color, whatever their background is. And I'm very upset with the way RSL has handled that, because they saw just a little bit of backlash, and whoever they're, I think I know, like, because I've had experience with dealing with backlashes for like a social media standpoint, and having to find a way to fix it, and they did not do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They fell for the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right?
Yes, they didn't do their research. They really they did not do their research. And for a professional soccer club standpoint, that's really bad.
Yeah.
You need to do your research and look at who you're apologizing to, because
And what they're saying in their comments.
Yeah.
Fans did it for you. And then that guy was still going on in the comment section to the post you guys apologizing to the fan.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
He knew yes, he knew exactly what he was doing, and I think that we're gonna move on from it. I don't want to give this guy any more, attention than he already has. But I do think that when you make this statement, that's fine. However, the statement needs to be retracted once this guy goes into the comments of that statement and says things meant to divide, things meant to be racist, things meant to be slurs, and sending death threats to people that cover this team and love this team.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Anything else that we want to add? Say anything else we want to throw out there? Oh, wait, we got to preview this LAFC game, guys.
Yeah, I was just going to say we're losing 3-0 minimum.
Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son is coming to America First Field. And I think Heung-min Son's going to score a hat trick, if I'm being honest.
Same. I already said 3-0. You got him, Danny Bouanga, bro. I mean.
Oh, I wouldn't mind it, dude. I wouldn't be honest. Like, I love Heung-min Son. If he scores a hat trick, I'll bow down to him. Yep.
All jokes aside, this is an LAFC team who right now is firing on all cylinders, especially since signing Heung-min Son from Tottenham Hotspurs. You get the 2-2 draw in Chicago, a 2-0 win in New England, a 1-1 draw against FC Dallas. The only loss since Heung-min has arrived is the 2-1 loss to San Diego. And then, of course, you beat San Jose 4-2. Now you have back-to-back games against Real Salt Lake. What are we expecting from this game from RSL?
I expect RSL to actually give them fits for a time.
It seems like in the past Real Salt Lake has, right?
Right. We do tend to play, up to our competition per se. I could see Luna nabbing a goal. I could see us looking decent offensively. What's going to bite us is individual errors and balls over the top and behind to very speedy players. And I think it's going to end up biting us, right? And then I honestly believe once the substitutions are made, depending on who they are, right? If it's not a Johnny Russell or a Sam Junkwa, I don't have a lot of faith. Or a Pablo Ruiz. I hope he's healthy.
Yeah.
But anything outside of those three, our form's going to dip immediately. And I guess it depends on the starting lineup too. But I think we're gonna hang in there. but I do think individual errors are going to cost us in this one. And I do think Justin Glad is going to look good.
Oh,
He's going to look good in this game.
Oh, okay.
But it's not going to be enough.
Carson?
Look, I've seen the likes of Zlatan, Bastian Schweinsteiger come into the riot before.
Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney. I was just saying some names. I didn't want to say the wrong names. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. That's just one that sticks out to me.
Yeah. United legend and everything like that. You know.
Oh, is that what he is?
Shut down by Olave. Beautiful day.
A Scouse, and a United legend. Okay, but that's moving on from that. But LAFC, they're coming off a 2-4 win versus San Jose. Game before that, they lost 2-1 versus San Diego. And the game before that, they drew FC Dallas 1-1. And as much as I am not confident in RSL to get a result of this game, I'm going to be confident in this game. Midday game. A lot of fans are going to be excited to watch them play the likes of Heung-min Son, having LAFC coming to town, and they're all going to get off work, and the stadium's going to slowly fill up, hopefully, and we're going to defend the riot tomorrow. And I think we're going to go out with a 3-1 win with goals from Ruan Cruz getting his first goal, and then we're going to see DeAndre Yedlin's best game with RSL. So here we go.
I love your optimism, and I think it's fair because we do have a decent track record against the Stars, right? Good performance against Miami and Messi.
I will never forget Labor Day weekend. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, LA Galaxy, coming in. It was a high scoring game, but it was such a fun game. It was I think 6-2 the final score.
Yeah.
With Albert Rusnak's volley.
That middle poster up there, that's the poster from that game.
The
Rick and Morty themed one.
Oh, it was the duck game, man.
Yeah. Oh, that game. I was at that one too.
How could I forget the duck? That's the game I'm thinking of.
We've had good performance against Zlatan. We've had good performances with Messi. We've shut down Beckham in the past, right? Like RSL does step up in these moments, but I think this LAFC team is really good. And I think late in the game, when adjustments are made, I don't have the faith that the right adjustments will be made and will pay.
Yeah.
And I think the speed of LAFC's attack is going to haunt us.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Being realistic.
I think that I think that's right, even for a realistic way to look at this game. I think the only way that Real will probably be able to step up and have a shot at this is depending on how much Cherundolo decides to rotate, because LA Galaxy or LAFC also have a game on Saturday that they have to keep in mind, right, against Real Salt Lake. So I feel like if LAFC, to me, I think a lot of this game is going to come down to the starting lineup. If LAFC can come out right and they come out full strength with Bouanga starting, with a Heung-min Son starting, then that might be a tough game for Real Salt Lake. But if they come out a little bit rotated with Saturday's game in mind, I think that's where Real Salt Lake can really take it to LAFC.
The hope is, because both teams are going to have to rotate.
Yeah.
Hopefully we just pick the same game and rotate in the same game. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think we have a better shot at picking up points in LA than we do at home.
Whoa.
We're better against LAFC in LA.
That's true. Let's look up. Hold up. I'm gonna pull up that. I'm pulling up.
Might not be backed up by stats, but that's my intuition. I feel like we're better there.
Oh man, I'm pulling up the head-to-head right now.
I could just have the Demiracle on the brain.
Did you know that Real Salt Lake only have 4 wins all time against LAFC?
Yeah, I wasn't saying it's good in either direction. I'm just saying the only win I can think of off the top of my head is the Demiracle, so that's why I think we're better there.
Did you know that there's only been a 1 draw between these two sides?
That's surprising, actually. Actually, it's not. It's not.
And it happened last season in July.
Interesting. Right before the suspension.
Right after.
Right before or right after, yeah.
Right after the suspension.
Yeah.
Michael Chang started that game. Did you know that? Bet you didn't know that. LAFC.
I'm gonna admit something right now.
What? You'll take Michael Chang?
Over Wolf, yeah.
I think I would agree.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And that's gross. That makes me sick to my stomach. But
sorry, Michael.
anyway, I love Michael. It just I actually had a conversation about this weekend with the friend of the show, Bean and Mitch actually.
Yeah.
Chang was great when he first came here, right? It was the right time and kind of the shape of the league and the pool of the league, right?
Yes.
Awesome. It just went too long. The league outgrew Chang as a player. So
that's a good
nothing but love for the guy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. All time 13 wins for LAFC against Real Salt Lake, by the way.
Oof. And 4 for us.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
That's how lopsided it's been.
Yeah.
The last couple of times though, I guess the last time LAFC came to America First Field, the snow game, right?
Oh yeah. That's a big caveat though. Like we would beat them at home if it snowed every time.
We'd beat them at home every time they poured beer on our goalkeeper.
Right?
Yes, and Cherundaloo would probably cry anytime he has to play in the snow.
He's gonna hate the schedule change so much.
He's gone after this season anyway, so we don't have to worry.
That's true. He's resigning, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, his family
honestly,
don't like America right now, so they want to go back to Germany.
I was about to say, honestly,
that dude just complains about everything.
honestly, it's kind of crazy that you inherited a winning team and you haven't won with that team.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to him not being a good manager.
Remember when he was linked to the national team?
Oh gosh.
I mean, could have been better than Poch.
All right. Sorry to the listeners. I think we're all. I think Josh, me, and Carson all agree that Real Salt Lake will be losing at home.
No, Carson thinks we're winning, unless that was all.
That's right. That's right.
Dub.
I'm sorry. Okay, so it's 2 against 1. Me and Josh are on the loss side. Carson, he's being optimistic, and he's going with the win.
Tune into my reaction on the next episode.
Oh, what the heck is up with these high-scoring games in Major League Soccer? Columbus up 5-1 at the half against Atlanta United, and then Atlanta United almost come back and score 3 goals in that second half. And then you have Vancouver up 4-0 against Philadelphia at halftime.
I love it.
That means we're destroying LAFC tomorrow. All right.
What the heck's going on?
Yeah, we'll see, Carson. We'll see.
Earlier today, while we recorded, Inter Miami against Seattle Sounders at Chase Stadium, Miami with a 3-1 win over Seattle. New York City FC with a game against Columbus, as well as Real Salt Lake taking on LAFC. That game will kick off 7:30 on MLS Season Pass and at America First Field. So if you can make it there on a Wednesday night, I know it's a school night, but go there, be loud. Go see Heung-min Son, who is an absolute legend in the international stage of soccer, and we hope to see you there.
Before we cut this off, there's something we haven't talked about that I would love to talk about.
Oh,
Inter Miami, bro. Luis Suarez, bro.
Oh, forgot about that.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Their entire team, dude.
Yeah,
Coach is not leaving the bench and texting the assistant coach's directions. I mean, attacking an assistant coach. Come on, Busquets. These guys are just so washed and so desperate to win. And they're just acting out, dude. It is... I know we talked about Messi fatigue and Miami fatigue a little while ago, but I think it's officially setting in now.
I think it's ridiculous that they basically just got a slap on the wrist.
Can you imagine if that was anyone other than Miami?
Oh, no, it'd be horrible.
They'd be suspended for the rest of the season.
Let's say the roles were reversed, man. Let's say Seattle got into it with Miami the way that Miami did with them, right?
Their season would be over because they'd all be suspended.
I'm sure the response from the league would be 1,000 times more harsh than what we've seen so far. I mean, first of all, it took them 6 days to even respond to it.
And I only think they did because of the public pressure.
Yeah. Honestly.
Because they had the League's Cup excuse.
Yeah.
They already ruled that out. And then eventually, announced the suspension, but my God, how annoying is that team?
No, you're absolutely right. There's a sense of entitlement there that they want to, of course, end their seasons or end their careers on a high note, and they'll do anything to get that.
I'll be very happy when we no longer see Luis Suarez on a soccer field.
Yeah.
The dude just can't not screw up, man. Like,
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
You know what was the funny part about all that suspension stuff too? How about Steven Lenhart getting caught in the middle of all it?
I know that's kind of gold.
It's poetic justice.
Absolutely.
Steven Lenhart.
Poetic justice.
You know, I had like a love-hate relationship with him as a player. Like I liked watching him, but I hated
playing that Goonies team period was
playing against
super annoying.
Playing against San Jose in that era, man. Oh my gosh.
It was super annoying. Chris Wondolowski, my least favorite player of all time, was just a menace, man.
Him and Steven Lenhart playing up top.
Just scoring the dirtiest, like not dirty as in cool goals, just
the dirtiest,
crappiest little tap-ins off your calf. I mean, just credit to them for getting to the ball, but man, it was just gross soccer to watch.
Yeah.
And I'll never forgive Wando for, the World Cup fiasco, but
yeah, he sold us.
Guys, it's been good. It's been fun being back here with you. It's not fun when RSL take extended breaks, and we have to take those extended breaks with them. But it's always good to get back with you guys, talk some soccer as RSL gets ready for their next opponent. Anything else that we want to add, throw out there before we wrap this one up?
Just that United is doo-doo again.
I could have told you that.
Josh and I are very depressed right now.
No, honestly, I thought United were going to be better this season.
It's still early.
Yeah. Yet to be seen.
I mean, I'm hoping the new Belgian goalkeeper gets some minutes because what's going on now is. I mean, I would put Zach McMath in over at United right now.
That's going to do it for us here on the RSL Show. Don't forget to go like. Don't forget to go follow. Don't forget to go subscribe. Don't forget to go do what you have to do to follow the RSL Show for the best RSL content. We'll talk to you guys next week after both of these LAFC matches.